Hi and welcome to yet another video. My name is Cynthia Wakeo, the Communication and Events Manager at Corporate Staffing Services. And today I'm joined by Mary, our interview coach, and the trainer of this course we're going to be talking about, the Job Search Skills course. It helps you to know the strategies on how you can market yourself, or your skills and qualifications to employers in order to stand out and get the job of your dreams. Thank you for joining me.
Thank you, Akio, for having me.
I'm excited about this course because I feel like if I was a professional looking for a job, this is what I would actually need.
Yes, and people actually need to sign up and just to get to hear it, I can say, from the horse's mouth.
Yes, so tell us more about this training on knowing how to market yourself to employers. What is all that about?
First of all, it's very important for every professional outside there, in one way or the other, to get to know how can I be able to market myself out, or for lack of a better word, to sell myself out for the next opportunity that I am looking for. And hence the need to attend this training, because as a professional, if either you are in between jobs, or you're in a career switch season, you want to transition from the level that you are to move to the next level, it is very important to get to know how do I package myself out for the next opportunity that I am targeting. Because one thing that is certain for sure, and you can agree with me, is that job search can be very frustrating. Especially when you are sending out applications and you are not getting feedback, even a regret, or telling you, unfortunately, you've not been successful, you've not been shortlisted.
It usually feels like a win to get that reply at least.
Yes, at least you feel relieved. Someone got an opportunity to review your profile.
Yes.
Yeah. But whenever a professional finds themselves in that situation whereby it's almost a month, I've been sending out so many applications, I'm not getting feedback, then you begin to wonder, where could the problem be? What mistakes could I be doing? Where am I not getting it right? What can I do so that my profile, my CV, my resume also gets an opportunity to be viewed by a recruiter, or sometimes even land a recruiter's hand, because sometimes recruiters or employers also use ATS machines, or that is the applicant tracking system, and out of 100%, only 20% of CVs that are passed through that system get to land a human hand.
Yes.
Yeah, so it's very important to get to ask yourself those questions. Where could I be getting it wrong? What can I do to get it right in my next application? And that is one of the areas that is really being covered in this training, because you also get to know if my case is a little bit different. Yes, I'm sending out applications, I'm getting invites, but after the interviews, I don't get the confirmation. Then still, what could be the problem? Because my main goal is not to land an interview. My main goal is to get confirmed for the next job. So those are some of the areas that we will be addressing. And I believe anyone outside there who is in that season, either you are applying for another job, or either you want to transition, move from the level you are to take up a more senior position, you want to know how can I package myself for those leadership roles, or you want to switch, move your careers to a different industry, how can I package myself? So that is very important, and that is why it is very important to get to market yourself, know how to market yourself to your potential employer. Because sometimes it goes without saying, getting hired is not easy. That is the fact, because there are so many criteria that employers are using, depending on the industry, to determine the right fit for the role that they are having available. But then again, as professionals, it is not all the time that we will match the criteria that the employer is using. But it is very important to get to know how can I package myself so that I am among the fit within that criteria that they are looking for.
And the job market, the competition is stiff. So you have to really stand out. You have to know what to do.
Very important.
Which takes me to the second question. So when you attend this course, what do you expect to learn, and what are the expected outcomes that you expect from when you attend this class?
Very interesting. Thank you for that. The course or rather it's a 3 days training, and within the 3 days, the hours that we will be meeting with the participants in the class will be covering quite a lot, beginning with strategies. What are some of the strategies that I can use to penetrate the workforce, depending on the kind of opportunities that I am targeting?
Yeah.
What are those strategies that I can use to make myself sellable, to make my profile stand out to the potential employer, to make my CV visible from the big, because that is where it all begins. And also when it comes to the strategies, you get to know that ideal kind of company or industry that I am looking to work with. How can I make myself visible to them?
Yes.
What are some of the do's and don'ts to do or not to do during the job search process? And then over and above getting to know the strategies you can use to penetrate the job market, or rather to attract the next opportunity you're targeting, we will also be looking at in terms of how can I have a winning CV or a winning cover letter, or how can I brand myself professionally on LinkedIn so that I'm still visible to my potential employers that I am looking forward to have me on board. So that is also another area that we'll be looking at, because just like I said earlier, when it comes to the CV, that is where it all begins. So in terms of the structure, the layout, the font, the font size, what are some of the do's to include or not to include in the CV?
Yeah.
And then from the time my CV is in a good professional format, how can I package my achievements and my qualifications? Because again, when it comes to the CV, there are key specific areas. Recruiters don't just look at everything in the CV.
Yeah.
There are key specific areas. So how can I get myself to stand out on those key specific areas? Like accomplishments, those are areas that really attracts employers. And most employers also use the 2 recent positions you held recently to gauge whether you are a good fit. So how can I align my duties and responsibilities nicely in the CV to match what is in the job description?
Yeah.
Over and above the CV, some employers also focus more on the LinkedIn profile. So as a professional, you need to ask yourself, is the information that is in my CV similar to what is in my LinkedIn profile? How can I optimize my LinkedIn profile to make it more visible to the potential employer? And of course, some employers require you to also accompany your application with a cover letter.
Yes.
And some professionals, we find it challenging on how do I do a professional cover letter, or what really do they need me to capture in that cover letter. So that's also another area that is covered. The last thing that we will be looking at, I believe this should be on day 3 of the training as we summarize, is on interviews. Because you might really do a very good job at the initial stages. You ensure your CV is professionally selling you out, you've tailored it, you have revamped your LinkedIn profile, you start getting invites for interviews now. You attend 2-3 interviews, you don't get confirmed for the job. We still don't want you as a professional to get back to the frustration. So it's very important also to get to master some of the interviewing skills. What are some of the do's and don'ts that candidates should or should not do during an interview? How can I package myself? What really do they want to hear? Do they expect from me as a candidate during the interview? Because interviews, employers or interviewers really judge a candidate based on so many aspects. So even when it comes to the body language, how am I supposed to carry or even present myself during the interview? Most importantly, to capture the mind of the interviewer. So basically, those are some of the areas that we'll be covering during the 3 days training. Of course, what I like about this training is the practicability bit of it, and the fact that people who normally joins in are from diverse different industries or sectors. So we get to share our experiences, and also we get to learn more on which areas can we really improve on.
I think what stands out for me is when professionals get their aha moment, where like, oh yeah, I've been doing that for the longest time. This is why I'm not, getting an opportunity to even get an interview. That really stands out for me. So why corporate staffing when it comes to training on this course?
Well, I would say corporate staffing is the best to, not because I have been here for so long, but mainly because as an organization, we've been in the industry for close to 13 years now.
Yeah.
And having been in the industry, we interact with employers from different sectors, different industries on a weekly or even on a daily basis.
Yes.
We get to recruit, we get to sit in those interview rooms with the respective organizations or employers. We get to know exactly what do they expect from professionals from different levels, whether it is from mid-level to very senior level positions. How did they expect that candidate to really carry themselves out?
Yes.
Why are they focusing more on this certain type of skill set over the other? What are those transferable skills that professionals are required to have depending on the level in which you are in your career? So that makes corporate staffing a more good avenue or platform that you can use to enlighten yourself on such areas just by attending such trainings.
Yeah.
And then also another thing I can say is having the opportunity to interact with employers from different industries also has given us an upper hand to get to know exactly how a professional needs to align themselves to the company culture or the different industry that they are really targeting to move to in their next level in their career. Yeah, so that is some of the reasons why I would highly encourage someone to take up the course with corporate staffing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We have been tested.
I'm telling you, and having been in the industry for 13 years, you'll agree with me that we have the hands-on experience.
Yes.
We know what it needs, what you need to do for you to stand out during the interviews or even to make your profile visible to the employer.
Yeah. So with all this experience, having been there, done that, still doing it, are there any success stories that somebody has attended this course and there's been, a change in the moment or their lives?
One thing I can say is that it's evident, because if there were no success stories, I don't think we could have been lasted longer in the industry like this.
True, very true.
In terms of numbers, I can put it as in form of a percentage. So 70 to 80% of the people who take up such trainings with us normally actually get back with feedback that in one way or the other, from the lessons they learned, this has actually worked out for them. And they have managed to land opportunities for interviews and even get confirmed for their jobs. And of course, the testimonials are also very evident. Yeah. But what I see that stands out most of the time, the kind of feedback that we get, whether it is from the initial stages of CV revamping and interview preparations or interview coaching, because that is one of the things that we do, having done professional CVs and even prepared professionals for their upcoming interviews, and people also having gone through this training and those who have been able to put into practice or to apply, it is something that has really worked out for them. You'll realize that if you're able to work on the mistakes, some of the mistakes or the areas of improvement that you need to adjust on, you become more visible and you start attracting the kind of opportunities that you're getting. Before you know it, you start getting invites for interviews. Well, it's not a guarantee that the very first interview you will attend, you will get the offer. But whether you get the offer at the first interview or not, at least the first 2-3 interviews you attend, you should be able to see the difference. Chances are high you will get the offer amongst the 3 interviews that you attend. So it is something that is doable, but then again, after attending the training, you have to put it into practice. You have to implement. You have to be intentional with now getting to know what really happens in the job search.
I am really excited to see people joining this class, or rather continuing to join this class, because there's so much to learn. There's so much to improve, whether you're actively seeking for a job or even, in a position you have a job and you're looking to, you know, grow in your career.
Yeah.
And I hope this course will will make an impact to the people who join.
Certainly.
Yeah. We do have these classes coming up once in a month. We will leave a link in the comment section where you can click on the link and find out more information on this course, when the next class is, and how you can access the class. Only limited slots are available for this class, so kindly sign up, and we look forward to seeing you in the next class. See you in the next video.